Welcome to the Tom Barnard Show, something, family deal. You know what I mean.
Co-host Catherine Brandt.
Andy Brent Bernard.
And Kristen Burt.
What?
Oh, everyone's just a sassy cat today.
I'm not sassy cat. I'm just kind of laid back. Everything's good, you know.
Good morning, chatbots.
Chatbots.
We're off to a great start this morning.
We really are. There's no question about it. It all works out in the end. Ladies and gentlemen, Kristen Burt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. What is happening in the world?
Another loss.
Oh, I know. Yeah. We lost Robert Carradine. The age of 71, suffering from bipolar disorder. He did die by suicide, sadly. Mm-hmm. I know.
Yeah, he was in, I'm pretty sure Alex watched Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire, yes.
Yeah,
and
Revenge of the Nerds was a huge movie. That was like one of the. Remember the '90s? They had all those defining movies, you know, Breakfast Club and all of those.
Those were '80s.
Oh, that was '80s.
'80s.
Well, Revenge of the Nerds was '90s, wasn't it?
No, that was '80s, and that might have even been late '70s.
No,
or early '80s. It's not late '80s.
Revenge of the Nerds was '84.
What?
Oh my God, I'm aging by the minute.
Listen to that moaning.
I can't believe that was
crazy?
'80s.
My friend's son is Jake Thomas, who starred as Matt McGuire on Lizzie McGuire, and occasionally I would go and sit him when his parents couldn't sit.
Really?
Yeah, because kids need an adult presence, so I would occasionally go and babysit him on set. Not that I did anything; I just sat there and read a book and made sure he went and did his schooling. But other than that, but yeah, the cast was very, very nice. Robert Carradine was delightful, and I think we've seen all of the Lizzie McGuire cast speak out about the loss.
Yeah.
And his daughter Ever Carradine, a lot of people will know her as Naomi on Handmaid's Tale. And yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's not much of an age. I mean, I think there's only a 20-year age difference between her and her father.
Oh.
She's 51, he's 71. Yeah.
Jesus.
He had his daughter very young.
Well, that's too bad.
It is sad.
Yeah, it's very sad.
So I have a question. I don't obviously haven't been through what these people have been through before, but at 71, why would you bother to take yourself out? You only got a couple of more clicks anyway.
Well, he had bipolar.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, which I don't know what they call it now. There's some other name.
They still call it that.
They still call it that? Okay. Apparently, the meds for that make them feel very flat.
If they have to take antipsychotics, it's basically like a lobotomy in a pill.
There's a lot of side effects. So a lot of times people go off of it because they get those lovely, wonderful highs that they really enjoy, but the lows are very, very low, and sometimes meds can't control it at all.
Yep.
And their relationships suffer. Nobody wants to be around them. A lot of times they do stupid things with their money. You just never know.
Yeah.
And I think for creative people, they feel so alive and passionate and creative when they're in those highs. So they're always sort of chasing that. I think Kanye West is probably a great example of that. As someone bipolar who jumps on and off of his medicine over time.
Yeah.
Donnell says, really isn't it unusual to commit suicide at that age? Actually, the older you get, the higher the rate of suicide.
Particularly for women as they go through perimenopause and menopause.
Really?
I'm talking about even the highest suicide rate is actually 75 and over.
Really?
Well,
yeah,
you know what?
If
you get a really nasty diagnosis of some kind and you're going to be suffering through it, I used to never think that I could understand, but I kind of can.
Okay, if I was 80 years old and I got some horrible diagnosis and I was told I got 3 years of suffering left, I'd totally take a bunch of pills or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Eric Dane in his ALS diagnosis chose not to go on a ventilator. He decided that, as the disease took its toll, he was just going to die naturally because he just didn't want to live with it. And I understand that. I respect that.
Well, I mean, my mom or grandma, she just decided to go off her heart medicine and die.
Yep.
Was that suicide? I mean, she
depends on how you look at it, I guess.
She could have stayed on the medication and lived.
That's borderline trolley problem territory there. Is stopping the meds that are keeping you alive suicide?
I mean, I understand. My friend's mother had Parkinson's, and she chose to go to Switzerland and do assisted.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but that was her preference. She just felt like she wasn't living the life that she wanted, and her mom was in her 70s, and my friend went with her and just respected her decision. She said it was the hardest thing she ever did, but she also understands because her mom was so vivacious and on the go all the time, and then she just couldn't do anything anymore.
Yep. That's exactly what my mom said. She was like, I can't do anything. I feel I've got pain every day. I don't want to live like this.
Yeah.
Jaden says suicide rate higher for seniors than for young people. Young people is actually the lowest demographic for suicide. It just gets the most attention because, a teenager kills himself. It's a
Right,
big deal. It's a
right.
tragedy. But actually, they're the least likely to commit suicide.
Well, I guess that's
Yeah.
good news.
It is.
Well,
I mean, but that's the stereotype is, teenagers are always suicidal and making dumb decisions and that
Right,
sort of thing. But that's
right.
actually not true. They're actually the least likely to do that.
Good.
And they say that women, their most dangerous time for them is in their 50s when it comes to mental health
really?
for suicide, because there has not been enough research done on perimenopause, menopause, and all those changes that women go through. And for a lot of them, it is it destroys their lives.
Hormones are very powerful things.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a
Yes,
question
yes,
for you. Okay, I have a question for you because I was just sitting here thinking about this while you guys were talking. So, Billy, I'll play the role of Billy. Billy decides that he's going to kill himself. So, do they go around and give any hints to the rest of the family, whether they're meaning to or not? I mean, how do you? For me to go from where I am right now to going in the other room and killing myself, that's a long journey for me.
Well, but that's
I mean,
not
what-
usually how it works. I mean, it's usually
No?
like, you got nothing, you got no family, you got no friends, you probably
Yeah.
got some sort of diagnosis, some sort of mental illness. It's rarely just like someone's living large and they just walk into
That's
another
not
room.
Well,
true.
that's not true for somebody we knew. He had everything. He was very, very wealthy. He was married. He had children. But he had always said he was going to kill himself.
Yeah.
Always. To everybody. Everybody that talked to him, he said, I'm going to kill myself. And sure enough, he went down to the pool at his very luxurious condo in Miami and shot himself at the public pool.
You had to have a reason.
He always said he was going to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I had a friend who committed suicide, and they probably the most popular person I knew, but and probably the most uplifting person I knew, but they were always uplifting everybody else when probably you look back and go, they were the ones who needed
Yeah, there you go.
someone
Well,
to
I think
uplift them.
A few weeks ago, we discussed the fact that people that get help, they're something like 80% less likely to actually do it
Right.
when they're very suicidal. That talk therapy is very effective for them. So, if you know anybody who's suicidal or even jokes about it, they should get help.
Yeah, it's a tough road to hoe. I mean, that's this whole situation. Obviously, shows like this are difficult to do because it's so sad, but it's also, I think, very educational to stay in front of all of this stuff because people just, by coincidence, I don't know why this would have happened, but it was funny. I was kind of dialing around this morning, and I don't remember what channel it was on or whatever, but there was, I think it might have been, had to have been something like YouTube TV or something like that. Because all of a sudden there were a list of all these people popping on who killed themselves. And that was just this morning. And I'm like, what is this all about now?
Well,
suppose.
that's probably why.
Yeah.
What?
The Carradine thing
Oh,
probably.
you think it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
if if
suppose.
you click on an article or two, your algorithm will.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Change.
That's
There
true.
Yeah.
there was an interesting article. I don't remember where I saw it about all of the people that are using the Canadian suicide
Yeah.
system. I mean, it's mostly white people, and they're opting for assisted suicide for, in some instances, to me, very minor things. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they're actually letting them kill themselves over this. It's kind of shocking.
Yeah.
How many people are opting for it? It's quite a few.
So I have a question here. This ties in as well. Does a lot of this have to do with decision making throughout your life? Because, we've talked about this a million times before. Catherine and I have been together 45 years already, which is unbelievable. I can't believe it's been that long. But oh, what are you laughing at, sister? Because
That's
she should have dumped me
amazing.
by now.
You can't believe it.
She should have gotten rid of him by
Oh
now.
my God. No.
Yeah,
I was
there you
laughing
go.
at you. I mean, or with you as you were like, I can't believe it.
But, Catherine and I were just talking about this yesterday a little bit. The fact that, a couple of great families, we came together. And now, I mean, the whole thing has just worked out so well with the kids and the people married to the kids and, people I work with. We just get lucky that everybody that I work with, I really, really like doing that. Or is it because up front I just go, no, I don't think that's going to work too well with that person? Is that what that's all about? You know what I mean?
I don't
I think
know, because
that's-
I mean, life throws you curveballs. Like, I mean, you can plan your life out as best as you possibly can,
Right.
and then life will just throw you a curveball that you.
Well, yeah, I
never
mean, we were
expected.
just talking about the guy who had that ALS diagnosis. I mean, he was a rich, famous actor. He had a family. He had youngish kids. He had a
Right.
wife and everything. But then ALS, it just takes away everything from you, and it does it in months.
Yeah, same with James Vanderbeek, 6 kids, like everything to
Yeah.
live
Right.
for. And you look at Robert Carradine. He didn't come to this earth and go, well, I'm going to be bipolar. I mean,
Right.
you don't have
Right.
that choice. You don't have that
Right.
say in the matter.
Absolutely. All right. Let's. Anything positive
Well, that's what I
going
was
on?
trying to do, get to the positive about, I look through all the people that I work with, people that I know, my family, all the rest of it. Am I just very, very lucky, or was I really picky and didn't even know it?
I think that some people are just more prone to depression and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it picks and chooses. I mean, I look at my family, and there's mental health issues outside of my immediate family, but within like my mom's line, and it picks and chooses for whatever reason. I don't know what that genetic makeup is, but my mom family had 6 kids, and it hit some people and it didn't hit others. It's also in terms of like overall health, and some of my mom's family struggles with weight issues, and other members of the family don't. So it's so random, I always think.
It is.
So, my mother's family, every guy in her family was murdered. So, I don't know if they planned that all out up front or
Doubtful.
not.
Doubtful.
I don't think anyone plans that.
Doubtful.
They
No,
don't plan to get
I think
shot
they'll get
down.
murdered today.
Yeah.
go
no,
get-
nobody plans that.
No.
Well,
Hopefully not.
There was a lot of it going on in that family, I'll tell you that. Unbelievable.
Well, there are certain businesses that you go into expecting that maybe your end is probably going to be somewhat violent, but
Well, that's true.
Well,
you always hope it's not going to be you. It'll be the guy next to you.
Right? If you're in the mob or if you're in a gang,
Yep.
Yeah.
chances you're going to be. But I mean, you look at like the Savannah Guthrie issue. Today they upped the reward to $1 million, but it's considered right now it's like a cold case. They said that the release of all the images didn't really lead to anything, which is so strange.
Really?
But you look at something like that, Savannah Guthrie, and her mom probably felt so safe in her Tucson neighborhood.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, for real.
So what is going on with that whole thing? It's been what has it been like? Almost a month already?
It's 24 days as of today.
God.
Savannah did put out a video. It's really heartbreaking to watch. And
Yeah.
I just, the family said we have upped the reward to $1 million. We've donated $500,000 to the Center for National, Missing and Exploited Children, National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, just in hopes that other people who have missing loved ones also get that attention. And because I think that they realize that there's some noise of people like, why does this one person like generate headlines? And I'm like, well, it's Savannah Guthrie's mother, and it's a weird case. But I think that they're sensitive to that. The family's been cleared. The spouses have been cleared. So where do you go from there?
You just gave me a very
Sad.
hard-hitting personal moment. I hadn't thought about this in a long time. You had a resident on our block, I won't say which block, back in one of the 8,500 places that I lived. And there was a woman, every time you walked by in the summertime, and even, late fall, early spring, that kind of stuff, she'd be sitting on her porch in a rocking chair. Every night she would do that, like just after dinner time. And I, found out that she had her daughter had been kidnapped many, many years ago. So I finally did talk to her a little bit, and I asked her about, if she enjoyed being in the rocking chair and sitting out in the fresh air and all that. She goes, yes, but I'm just being patient. And I said, oh, you're being patient? She said, I'm just waiting for my daughter to come home. I will never forget that. I was like, almost dropped to my knees. It was like, oh, God. She was waiting for her daughter. Of course, her daughter never did come home because she was murdered. But I will never forget that. God, that's the amazing thing about doing this show is all this stuff comes back into my head thinking about that. Just, I'm waiting for my daughter to come home.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's heartbreaking.
All right, we
really
must
Okay,
brighten
move
up
on.
the mood.
Okay,
we
we're
must
moving
brighten
on.
up the mood.
Let's do it. Let's do
Those
it
are
because
they're big stories, though. You got to tell the
they
big
are
stories,
big
too.
story. They are big stories, and we'll.
They are.
Yeah.
We
And,
finished up Landman.
Yay!
Oh, is
That was
a
a
good show?
great season
Yep,
ender. It
it
was
was.
really great. Billy Bob is so good.
He's such a
And
talented
you know what?
actor.
And the woman that plays his wife, who
Ellie Laurie.
is like the ditzy, narcissistic, lady. They're giving her a lot more depth now.
I think he didn't have a choice because people are calling him out like, come on, dude. You got to write your women a little bit better.
Well, there's a lot of very strong women on there. I mean, I think there's 5, and the 2 that were kind of ditzy are evolving for sure, and the other 3 are very strong women,
Yeah.
and they started out strong right away. So I don't know. I think maybe he's learned his lesson or something.
I
don't
hope
know.
so. I mean, I'm curious when he's got the Madison coming up this spring with Michelle Pfeiffer, and I'm like, you can't give Michelle Pfeiffer crap.
No,
You know what I mean? You can't just give her especially she is the lead. So I'm really curious to see how that one plays out. That one really is of interest to me. So hopefully we will have another good series coming our way.
And they
Oh,
do
speaking
have
of-
another. Yeah, they have another season coming. Landman, right?
Yep,
Yep.
they do.
Yeah.
Oh, they do. Yeah, someone in the chat Alex asked if they have a hard stop date. Is the show, does it have an expiration date, or are they just going to keep going until they can't?
Well, there's probably going to be an expiration date because you remember that
Yeah.
Taylor Sheridan is leaving Paramount
Right.
for Universal, and in fact, he is already at Universal for film. So he is done with Paramount. He has until the end of 2028, I believe, for Paramount. So we will see a lot of these shows wrap up in the next 2 years or so.
You don't think he'll sell the rights to him or something?
I mean, they can do what they want in terms of the properties. They can make spin-offs all their own without the Taylor Sheridan touch, but it's not going to be the same. I think, in the end, the benefit is to NBC Universal, which gains Taylor Sheridan's talents.
Well, one of the things that I enjoyed about his shows, including Yellowstone and all that, is he's got, and I don't know if it's the cinematography or what it is, of the filming, how they do it. It just feels like they're such products of the land that they're from, like Landman with Midland, Texas, and the oil fields, and how tough and grimy and hot and sweaty.
Or
how
Montana,
hard-
of course, with Yellowstone. And
Yeah, you really kind of feel like they're sort of a product of their environment in a way. It's very interesting. I like the way he ties that in.
it feels authentic, I think, to the
It
stories
does.
that he's telling. So,
Yes, absolutely.
Speaking of TV shows, Scrubs season 10 tomorrow.
are you ready? Did you finish?
We finally finished about a week ago. So it took us, what would that have been, 2 years to watch Scrubs?
I don't think I've ever made it through 9 seasons of anything.
It took us a long time. The thing about season 9, I don't know how many of you out there have watched Scrubs recently enough to remember this, but season 9 ended extremely abruptly. It literally felt like they just stopped filming mid-season and we're just like, whatever, we don't care anymore. And I think that is what happened. I think because they left Sacred Heart to go to a different place, I think. And then there was a bunch of new med students and stuff. And I don't know, apparently people didn't like the fact that half the cast was gone and, that sort of thing.
Yep.
And then, the ratings were just not very good. And they were just like, you know what? This isn't worth doing anymore. So the end. And we finished an episode and it didn't automatically cue the next one. And we were like, that cannot have been the end. But it was. So I
It
don't
feels
know.
like that with Shameless. Anyone who went through all 11 seasons of Shameless, you're like, why did the 11th season happen? It just was like, oh, because it's tough, I think, to be creative once you get into almost a decade of stories. It's
Yeah.
hard for a show to continue
Right.
that momentum. But hopefully the reboot will be everything that Scrubs fans love. We will
Maybe.
find out tomorrow.
Yes, we will. I don't know. I didn't hate season 9 or anything, but it did feel like they wrapped up season 8 so well. And then all of a sudden, season 9 was like, "Oh, just kidding. We're still going." It was unnecessary. I didn't need it, but I didn't hate it either.
It sometimes feels like a betrayal to the characters and the story when it has such a weak ending. I think that's the thing that frustrates me. Like the
Yeah.
last season, season 7 of Mad Men, to me was a betrayal of the rest
Yep,
of the
I
series.
agree.
I thought it was a
Yep.
terrible ending. I know some
Yep.
people love it, but to me, I was like, that was terrible. But the rest of the series I love. I can go all the way up to 6 and enjoy it.
John Hamm did pretty well after that show.
He has done great. Morning Show, Your Friends and Neighbors. I mean, he continues to work. He's
He does,
really had a
yeah.
great career, and his career started, or his success, I should say, started. Later. I think he was about 35, 40
Yeah.
when Mad Men really started to hit. So he's done great.
No question. Yeah, he is really good. You're right. You're right about that. No question.
Yeah, it's Tiffy says if they neuter Dr. Cox, this show will suck. Yeah, I mean, and I have well, I don't know. I mean, he was never
Neuter?
really that edgy. He was just like neuter as in like make him not as
Oh.
much of a jerk, basically, because that was kind of his thing, is like being the
But he's
The,
network
cocky
TV spicy,
right. Exactly. He was never really that edgy. The
There you
edgiest
go.
thing he ever did was like call JD girls' names, and I'm like, I think they can still get away with that. Just
Maybe.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think it'll be fine.
I think so too. I mean, if it was on Netflix or something, I feel like they might soften it, but I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't
On
know. I
ABC.
just the only thing that makes me a little reticent about it is I watched they put out like a teaser, and the teaser was basically just like going from one character to another saying their catchphrases, and I was like, this is a very cheesy. It's like, oh, remember when I used to say this? And I'm hoping the show isn't like that in season 10.
Reboots are such a mixed bag. I mean, sometimes they hit really well, and
Yeah.
other times you're like, wow, these are so
Yep.
bad.
We'll see.
Didn't need to be done. We'll find out.
Yeah. Where?
No, I thought I was
you
just
doing?
what.
Oh, I thought you were waiting to say something. Sorry.
No,
I
was
know,
just
we're all waiting for you.
I'm getting out of everybody's way. I just made myself sad. I'll be back though.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's why
nice.
we're going on to nicer, better things. We need better things.
Milan Cortina Olympics, up 96% compared to
Oh.
2022.
Wow.
Because of the hockey or before hockey?
It was a combination. It was actually before, starting with the opening ceremony. So right from the jump, they did very well. I think we mentioned before, a lot of it does have to do with time zones. When it's in Europe, it always tracks better than when it's in Asia because of that time zone issue.
Yeah.
People can watch it live a little bit more easily. But figure skating became a huge talking point on TikTok with Gen Z. So, these strange things sort of like come up, and people are like, why didn't I know that figure skating was so awesome? It's the same thing with Dancing with the Stars. Like, why did 32 seasons in people suddenly discover it? They're like, I'm 21. Dancing with the Stars is amazing. You're like, it's been on the air for a long time, people.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I wonder
Same thing
why.
with figure skating. And then, of course, it helped that the women's hockey team, then the men's hockey team won golds. And that sort of wrapped up the Olympics on a high note with right into the closing ceremony.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's in Asia, like you were talking about, you know the outcome 2 days before basically you get to see it. It's kind of like
That's exactly it. And I think the
Yeah.
next time, I want to say it's Brisbane in 2032.
Oh, that's gonna be
That'll be the tough
really a big
one
lag.
because it's French Alps for the next Winter Olympics, obviously LA for the next Summer Olympics, and then from France it goes to Utah, and then Utah to Brisbane. So
Oh yeah, Australia's going to be that's a
it's a tough one. So the
Definitely.
Sydney
Yeah.
Olympics did not do well, and we're going back to 2000 when people were still watching broadcast network, everything live. That was a tough one.
Andy
Really?
Jacobson has a suggestion for Dad. Death by Lightning, a short show. Is it a miniseries about James A. Garfield's assassination.
Oh, really?
So James A. Garfield was the 20th president back 10 billion years ago, and he was president for 3 months.
3 months and somebody killed him.
Oh yeah,
Second shortest presidency.
all these shorts are popping up because of the Oscars.
Oh yeah. You can anyone guess who the shortest presidency ever was?
Shortest presidency. Yeah,
Shorter than 3 months.
I know, shorter than 3 months.
Give Margaret a chance to type.
No, she'll probably know it.
She knows.
Someone up there will know it.
She knows everything.
It's one of those presidential facts that anyone knows. I mean, if I know it about a president, then anyone knows it.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. William Henry Harrison.
Harrison.
30 days. I think he died of like pneumonia or something.
Jeez.
I didn't grow up in the time where we had to like know everything about all of the presidents or what order they were in. We never had to memorize
I didn't
that.
either.
As I still don't have any idea. Harrison? I mean, I remember
Yeah,
he
no.
was
Ask me the
president. but-
presidents, I'll say George Washington, a bunch of nobodies, Abraham Lincoln, a bunch of nobodies, and Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
literally,
I feel like people start with like JFK, maybe, or maybe you start at World War II with
Calvin
FDR.
Coolidge or FDR. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that era. I would say, yeah, like early 20th century is like when but anything before that, I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. People used to have a memorized pass
Yes.
grades.
And
I
modern
think.
history classes, where do they start now? That's what I would be curious. Like, I always felt like modern history in my schooling years started right around, I guess, World War One, maybe.
Yeah, that's probably about right. Or yeah, 'cause
And
Civil
everything
War
before that would be American history. Like Civil
Yeah,
War would be
exactly.
American history, and then
Right.
modern history. I don't know.
Do they even
But at
have
this
American
point-
history?
World War One was over a century ago. So I mean,
Yeah.
right? Because when did it end? When did World War One end?
1940. What one was D?
But that's
1918 is when it ended.
1918.
So yeah, 108 years ago. So I mean, that really isn't modern history anymore. Not even
No.
close, really. If you
No.
think
Not
about
too
it.
much. I suppose that probably is true. Not too much. What are you gonna? Oh my God, we've kept you too long and everything.
A whole minute?
About all this
A whole
wonderful
minute.
stuff.
Gonna
All that
self-destruct for that extra minute.
You go from this to that, then you go into the Kennedy assassination, and then you got.
All right. Well, let's hope for some good news from some people tonight.
Seriously, I know. I have to jump into the Rob Reiner case because their son Nick was arraigned yesterday. I know, and I'm like, that's
really?
the article I'm working on right now. I know, but and the article I'm working on is like everyone at Conan O'Brien's party is likely going to get subpoenaed in the case.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Eek.
Oh, we got an expert in the chat. History Empire says modern history starts around the French Revolution. Well, there you go. History Empire said so. So I mean,
Yeah.
But I don't
French
know if
Revolution.
American schools start there in modern history.
no way.
Yeah, like America, because you'd probably go American history, and then I don't know where they'd start now.
Yeah.
Super curious.
Who knows? All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you all tomorrow. Have a good one.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kristen Burt, Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. I love working with her. You know what's so amazing about working with her all these years is you can tell by the emotion in her eyes where she is, even though she's a couple of thousand miles away. You can always tell by her facial expressions where she is, don't you think?
Yeah.
Well, you probably know her very well by now.
Yeah, all these years.
Yeah.
And, I've never met her in person.
I know it's so weird.
I've never met her in person after all these years. That's
Yeah,
so
no,
amazing.
it is interesting, isn't it? You'd think that I don't know, at some point it would have happened.
You would think. All right, we'll take a break. Be right back. No, we got some other Italian guy or something. Is that what we got?
If he shows up, it's always a gamble.
That's true. It's always a gamble with Sandy. No question. We'll take a break. Be right back right after this.
From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands free, but you can't have your phone in your hand for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget. And now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
You've heard me and my family talk about fresh dry snacks, and we and the grandkids love them. You know that. We've been talking about them for quite some time now. Fresh dry snacks are real food. There's no junk in them. Made from real fruits, real vegetables, and real ingredients. No powders, no fillers, no fried snacks. What's on the label is what's in the bag. It's called the Fresh Dry Difference. Founder Jeremy, you know Jeremy's been on the show many times, actually created the product accidentally while trying to make a healthier snack for his kids. What started as a kitchen experiment turned into a full Minnesota-based snack company. They use a proprietary fresh dry process. They dry for flavor, not longevity. The result, real crunch, real nutritions, no frying, no oils. They call it dormatized produce. Real fruits and vegetables made shelf stable without sacrificing flavor, of course. Right now they offer 5 veggie blends, 12 different fruit options, 6 granola bite flavors. Go to freshdrysnacks.com. Use Barnard, Barnard, for 10% off your first order. Shipping is always free on orders over $100. Want to try them this week? Find them at the Home and Garden Show at the Minneapolis Convention Center and stop by their booth to try some. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. A little news, a little information.
Freeze-dried snacks. Welcome to the show. I know that you should never allow Alex's kids near the factory because they will eat all of the freeze-dried snacks.
They will eat all
Honest
of them.
to God.
Not freeze-dried, fresh-dried.
Fresh-dried.
Sorry,
Yeah.
fresh-dried.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for.
Oh my God, the kids are going to lose their minds.
Yep.
Oh, that I heard. Oh God, seriously, I can see Fawn and Sage's faces knowing that they'll be shipped product.
Yeah. Well, we brought some back from the state fair, and they were very happy about
They
it.
certainly
Yep.
were. No
I know. I had to
question
hide it. I had to hide it, or they would just eat all of it. I mean, you're going to get a stomach ache if you eat that much fruit all at one time.
about it. But the great thing about it is that it is what they say it is. It has been for how long has he been around now? It's been over a year that we've been talking to him, right?
Yeah.
No, the first time he came in here was shortly after we moved into the studio, so that would have been September-ish.
But he came in the other studio back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, he did.
Around,
Yeah, you're right.
He
He's been around
absolutely
a
did.
while.
I'm just remembering when he brought like his entire family in, basically.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we had a crowd in
83,000
there.
people on the show.
We
Yeah,
did have a crowd.
that was quite the crowd.
Last year at the state fair, we ran into him, had a great time. It's a
Yeah.
really nice product and really good people.
And they were very busy at the fair.
Yes, indeed.
Yep.
So you haven't heard a word from Sandy?
No, I haven't gotten a text
What
from him.
the hell, Sansevere?
It's probably, what day is it?
Typical Italian. That's all I have to say. Typical.
Well, I mean, it is. We can talk about the weather right now for any Minnesotans in the audience.
Somebody
Why?
said
What
it's
happened?
24 below or something.
What?
No, it's not 20. It's not 24 below. It's 24.
Oh, 24. Because somebody sent me a message that said minus 24.
Oh.
I
No.
would not have come in if it was minus 24. But it took me a long time to get to work because of the freezing rain. I counted 5 cars in the ditch on my way in.
Oh, God.
5 cars in the
5
ditch.
cars, yep.
Oh, my gosh.
12 is going about 12 miles per hour because it's just so slippery. No one wants to go
Yeah.
fast. I don't blame them.
But
I probably was going an average of 20, 25 miles an hour the whole way here.
You have 2 weather advisories.
I don't doubt it.
One is through 1 p.m. today for icy roads from light freezing rain.
Yep.
Oh, it's still gonna rain up until 1.
Yeah, I'm hoping
Okay.
they salt real well before I have to leave because otherwise I might not be going home today.
Well, a lot of times they don't salt till it's over, right?
That's the thing. And if it's going to be even more slippery than when I left this morning, I honestly don't know if it's a good idea to drive. So, Bob, have you been on the roads today?
No, as a matter of fact, I called. I had to go. I was supposed to pick up her prescription when I called. I said, I may get in later today. He goes, you're going out on the roads?
Yeah.
And I, looking at it, there's that short window where it will be above freezing, which means the ice may melt a little. Then within 2 to 3 hours, it freezes all over again.
Yep.
It is going to be absolutely treacherous to drive later today.
God, I hate those roads so much.
And the thing that you will see, and because we've all seen it, the smaller the car, the faster people seem to go. I don't understand it.
Yep.
I've got a dually with, and I could put it in 4-wheel drive, which I've done. But on ice, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't do anything.
No, you're going to slide. You're going to slide. Well, we are suffering with 59 degrees here today.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my God. How do you do it?
No, I was at a stocking cap this morning.
Were you Ebenezer Scrooge with the
I get so cold. I mean, it was just 85 degrees on Sunday, and then all of a sudden it's it's 44 when you wake up. That's a huge swing. I mean, Minnesota gets a lot of weather swings, but down here you don't usually get those kind of swings.
I don't know how you do it. Why don't you move closer to the equator?
I would.
Well, that's great news. Thank you.
90 all the time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Sands Sports brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant Personal Injury Lawyers, seeking justice for the injured. Contact Bradshaw and Bryant at MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com. Sandy is with us. What is happening in your world, Sandy?
Well, in the world of sports, the Falcons announced today they are going to release Kirk Cousins.
That's what I heard.
Make him a free agent, which means, if the Vikings, he still has a house here, by the way. He still owns the house here.
Oh.
It would make the most sense if they didn't mess around and just re-sign the guy. He's going to be so much better than J.J. McCarthy was. You will make your wide receiver, who, when he has a quarterback, is the best wide receiver in football. He'll be thrilled. Mm-hmm. It will rejuvenate and invigorate this team. And all they have to do is have a coach that figures out how to win a playoff game.
Yeah, there is that.
And they'd be fine. So that, I think that is promising news for the Vikings. Mm-hmm. And let's see if now with Kevin O'Connell complete control, whatever happens, it is absolutely on him. He can't find a scapegoat in somebody like Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, because he doesn't exist in that role anymore.
Right.
So it's on you, KOC.
Bob, what is the problem with quarterbacks in the NFL right now? So many of them are getting blown out and shipped somewhere else. A lot of changes in quarterbacking.
Well, when you look at the quarterbacks that, an example, like, Justin Fields, he's so inconsistent because I think he's relied on his legs in a lot of cases, but when they get hurt, the legs aren't there anymore. Look at Geno Smith. He didn't have an offensive line with the Raiders. And a lot of these guys, we saw what happened, just go to the Patrick Mahomes, not this last Super Bowl, the one before. One of the greatest quarterbacks ever already, and he had no protection because the Eagles just blew past the line. If you don't have protection, no quarterback looks good. And that's a big part of it.
That's very true.
And I think that's the problem. And defenses are getting better and better and at getting to the quarterback.
Was there a movie with Burt Reynolds, a football movie with Burt
The Longest
Reynolds?
Yard?
Yeah. The Longest Yard. Yeah. I always, every time I watch football, I think, protect your quarterback. That's from that movie. Like, why aren't they protecting the quarterback?
And the remake with Adam Sandler, it's not even close.
Not even close. It's terrible, actually.
Yeah, even though they got Burt to play in the remake, it's just not anything like the original.
No, I got to be honest with you. I don't understand the attraction of that guy in movies. It's the same thing.
Sandler?
Yeah.
Some of his later movies, it's completely, different.
Yeah.
He's not in comedies. Yeah.
And all his 90s movies were really basically the same character. He's always like a screaming wacky guy, but he did now his range is a lot higher now. I've heard. I really haven't watched any of his newer stuff, but they've gotten a lot of critical acclaim.
No, I think I think the guy can act. And frankly, I think you find a lot of comedic actors are those who start in comedies can act.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look
You
at
know,
Ray Romano.
Yeah.
He
Romano's
actually has
been
been in some of those movies with Sandler.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Ray Romano was very good.
Well, Nick Swardson loves working with Sandler.
Sandler?
I know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he loves working with him. So
Yeah,
That's
Charlie,
that.
Uncut Gems. That's one of those movies that made people realize that he could do things other than
yeah,
be Adam Sandler.
And he made a
Well-
movie. I don't recall the name now, but he played like an NBA scout. He was very good in that too.
Oh yeah,
He got paid big bucks to be the zany guy for a long time.
he
so
sure
Yeah.
did. He
I
did very
don't.
well.
Anybody in Hollywood, I think they're going to make what they can while they can, and if they get to go do other things, that's great. But you never know.
But that money allowed him to do these other things that he wanted
Right.
to do.
Mhm.
So that what, good for him. He seems to have carved out a pretty good life for himself. And
Absolutely.
I think being typecast is. I'd be happy to be typecast in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Every
Well, most
5
of them
years,
are.
go just be myself in a movie, get a $10 million paycheck. I'm not going to complain about
Well, yeah,
that.
well, look at Robert De Niro and people like that. He's
Yeah.
been the same guy for his whole career.
true.
and now he's just a whiner with TDS.
He really
Yeah.
is obnoxious.
But a few weeks ago, obviously, we all know about Robert Duvall passing, and I was talking to Brian Miller about it. Brian is a comic, but he also did movie reviews for a couple of decades.
yeah, a good guy too.
Really good guy. But I was asking him, has there ever been a more versatile actor who can go from a character actor to a supporting actor to a starring role the way Duvall could?
Right.
I mean, he played every type of a character you would want, except for he never really did a comedy, but he did everything else. When you think
Yeah.
about his career, including getting an Academy Award for Best Actor in Tender Mercies.
Yeah, he was a great actor.
And he's a guy when he's on screen, he just takes over the screen.
He does.
Even with De Niro, I mean, not De Niro, even with Brando, he wasn't buried in the background in The
Right.
Godfather.
Yep. No, you're right about that. I just, man, we're talking about some good actors here.
Yeah.
Well, and the other one there's something about the voices of Duvall and Gene Hackman
Yeah.
that I think a lot of it is the voice too. And the way
Yeah,
they
I think so.
inflect.
I actually had a thought about that the other day. So for a long time, that the thing was the you'd call guys the voice of God, especially in the
Yeah.
voice acting business, and that was a thing for a while, an archetype. You had the
Yep.
voice of God guy, and you don't
Earl
really see
Jones.
that much anymore. And I realized, I think it's because boys don't start smoking at the age of 12 anymore.
Well, that's part of it. Yes, you're right.
Because that gravelly voice, it's like you listen to all the voice actors today and all the actors and stuff. Anyone under the age of like 50, they don't have that gravel.
No, they
I
don't.
was
James
like-
Earl Jones, I don't think had a smoky voice. He just had a
No, he didn't have a smoky.
booming. Yeah.
Right, and there's still the
yeah.
booming voice somewhere, but like that gravelly voice that people like associate with toughness and that sort of thing,
Yeah.
it's almost extinct because smoking just like it's not causing those vocal cords anymore.
Well, Robert
Yeah.
Mitchum might have been the best example of that.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah.
The voice
That's
he had.
true.
Well, Tom, you did voiceovers at the highest level. Who to you was the voice of God? Was it Morgan Freeman or James Earl Jones?
Yeah, boy, that's pretty hard to argue. Keep throwing those names like that out. Those guys are all right at the top.
Yeah.
But I mean, in terms of, if you were going to get that commanding voice, the people you worked for, who would they go for first in their prime? James Earl Jones or Morgan Freeman?
Well, James Earl Jones would definitely get we, the people of the United States.
Yeah.
He'd get that one for sure. There's
Yeah.
no question.
Don
I don't know.
LaFontaine's got to be like
Yes.
he's
Yeah.
got to be the gold standard for trailers and commercials and sort of
And
thing.
where's he from?
Is he from Minnesota?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
Check it out. Bring
He
it
was
up.
born in 1940 in Duluth.
He was
Well,
born
there
in
you
Duluth,
go.
So what is it?
1940.
Okay, for those not familiar, what did he do?
In a world.
Yes,
Oh,
he's
that's
in the world.
All you have to say is that, and you'll know who he
in a
is.
Yeah.
world. Yes.
Yeah.
Movie trailers
know.
like mad.
I got a question for you, Tom. You talked about this years and years and years ago when you were approached to do NFL films. Have you ever looked back and said, I should have given that a go?
No.
Yeah, you could have lived in Mount Holly, New Jersey.
That's right. I could have lived in New Jersey. It would have been good. I would like that.
New Jersey's
no
not a
question.
bad state.
No, that is one of those situations, Bob, where my voiceover career, everything got involved with the fact that we just shot to the top in the ratings at KQRS, and I had to pay the price. Boy, that success was too fast, and you're going to have to pay for it. I mean, how they stepped up and destroyed my voiceover career was unbelievable.
But see, if you lived in another state where they're not passive aggressive, you could have maybe just.
Probably would have been a pretty
You
good
know what,
idea.
though? It's the same people or the descendants who are destroying things now.
That's exactly right.
I mean, they just
same
hate
people.
everything. And it's the same people who are giddy that the women's hockey team has said no to going to the State of the Union. You know, they just, it's just like it's a string that runs through all of them.
Yep.
Why do you want to be miserable like that every day?
It's about virtue signaling. It's like I won't do anything that Trump wants, or it's the State of the Union. This is part of your job to listen to what the plans are, what they're talking about, and then to go forth and discuss and take action. Not just I'm not going to listen to it. I'm not going to do anything.
Well, one of them was it Tammy Duckworth. 40 people for Congress people are not going between the Senate and the House. At least that many.
Unbelievable.
That's
But
ridiculous.
they're gonna say, well, but watch me on Twitter. I'll tell you what I think.
Exactly.
Then go. You were elected by people that, first of all, in your state, you have Democrats and you have Republicans. So what you're saying is, I'm only going to represent the Democrats. I'm not going to represent the other people who,
know.
maybe they didn't vote for me, but I don't represent them because I'm not going to go. It's childish.
I will say this, and I'm very serious about this. There needs to be some kind of punishment in the business world for people who act like that. They're ruining the world for everybody else, for Christ's sake. Could you just, this whole idea that you don't agree with me politically, so I hate you? What?
I know.
Because you don't have the same political beliefs, you hate me?
Well,
that is weird.
You can do. I mean, Gavin Newsom is the perfect example of flip-flopping depending on the audience. There's all kinds of stuff about him today on social media. One, he's talking to a group of white people, and he's like, "Oh, I read that 300-page book in an hour and a half." The next one, he's in front of a group. He's in front of a group of black people. And he says, "I'm just like you. I grew up poor and can't read."
Oh, God. I
the
hate
most
him.
racist thing you can say
He was
at
talking to an
all.
audience of black people, and he said, "I'm like you. I'm a 960 SAT guy.
Yeah.
You've never seen me read a speech because I can't read a speech."
I can't
Oh,
read.
I'm just like you, he says.
I'm
Oh,
just
my
like you.
God. Oh,
I know.
God.
It was the dumbest thing in the world to say.
I know. I mean, they wherever they go, they just pander to whoever's in front of them. They don't have.
Right.
I really don't even feel that they actually have convictions or a plan.
No.
They just want those social media likes, and that's all they care about. It's really sad.
I got to be, okay, as long as we're talking about it, may as well, because I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I don't dislike a lot of politicians, but I don't like a lot of them either.
Well, there's not very many to like right now.
Yeah,
in
there
my
really
opinion.
are not. And I just don't understand how people can deliver things like you just talked about, that I can't stand to be near them. And why don't you grow a pair, for Christ's sake?
Yeah.
I have had to hang around people I don't like my entire life, and they'll never know I didn't like
God,
them.
I worked in an office one time with a woman that clearly hated my guts and made my life a misery every chance she got. And I
Yep.
just was like, okay, enjoy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Sometimes
what are you
it
going to
happens.
do? Yeah.
Well, there's one politician that I like, and it's because he is not a lemming. Most politicians are lemmings. They will do whatever the
Yes.
party says
Yep.
to do.
Yep.
Fetterman does not do that, and I respect
No, Fetterman's he's on a roll right now.
I know, but the Democrats think he's a traitor and a horrible human being.
But he might, to me, he's one of the best, either side, Republican or Democrat. He's the best that they have out there. And I don't, we have a big election coming up. I'm not interested in voting for someone who's just going to go to Washington to be another lemming and nod their heads, no matter what is said. And it was disgusting, even at the state level. I saw something yesterday about, it had to do with the fraud, voting about fraud and, how to rein it in. Even some of the Democrats in the Senate supported it, but every Democrat, because it's tied in the House, every Democrat in the House voted as a bloc.
Unbelievable.
Have a mind of your own.
Yep.
But do they get? They don't get funded. I mean, they have to rise in the party. The party has to accept and approve them and move them up. Otherwise, they don't even get a vote.
But outstate, I don't. Yes, they will. They won't get anything they want passed.
No.
But if enough of them do what's best for the state, then they don't have that power anymore. You basically gut the power that this your party has. Stop being a lemming.
I know, but they get funding. They have to get funding to get elected.
They have to be a lemming to not just to get elected. I think outstate you don't need the big money to get elected to a state legislature.
Yeah, that's true.
You need it, locally, but you also need if you want to get something passed for your district, they're not going to do it. They're going to screw you over unless you just lockstep with the rest of them. And
I just feel like we're having the same Kash Patel showed up in the USA Olympic team's locker room and chugged a beer.
I don't care.
Everyone is completely outraged about it.
Why?
And then people are showing Obama in all kinds of situations chugging a beer with a group of people.
Who
Not
cares?
only that, they are complaining because he went there on taxpayers' dimes. Who said that AOC could go to that summit? Why was she there representing?
Yes,
she didn't pay her way there.
No.
None of the politicians that went paid their way there.
I
And
know.
nobody asked them to go. They weren't there. And how about Hillary Clinton? Who paid for her to go? She has no power or no authority
At
in
all.
the United States in anything, yet she was there.
Yep.
That's the thing I don't get is when people are like, a politician does something other than politics, and they're like, they're doing it on the taxpayer's dime. It's like, I mean, they're allowed to have lives of their own, are they not?
But so many travel on, and it's for him, it's official business. That's what I'm sure he called it. I do like the fact that he was pounding him back and he used the F word. He's human. And also, by the way, somebody pointed out, because some lefty was going after him, and it was pointed out that under his watch, 6 of the top 10 on the FBI most wanted list have been captured. So I think he's doing his job. And somebody even went after him. Shouldn't he be back here trying to find Samantha Guthrie's mother or whatever the heck her name is? Nancy Guthrie.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. Be right back. Just a quick one. Right back after this.
I'm talking with my friends Michael Bilski and Brad Huckle of North American Banking Company. Guys, business owners have had to deal with a lot over the last few years, haven't they?
They sure have, Tommy. We pride ourselves on being able to help our customers with the challenges they face.
Our business bankers are experts and are always ready to help our customers capitalize on opportunities and solve problems.
Loan decisions come quickly because they're made here in the Twin Cities and not shipped out of state like at some of the national banks in town.
This allows our customers to expand their businesses with confidence, knowing that they have our team of experts in their corner.
Okay, so now you give me this big thing at the end. Way to go.
Well, you are the professional.
Oh, I forgot.
Look, I know Brad and Mike, and I trust them with my banking. They've personally delivered on everything they've just said, so why not bank with my banker? North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We're rocking out, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Sansevere Sports brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury lawyers seeking justice for the injured. Contact Bradshaw and Bryant at MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com. That's MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com. What's up, Sandy?
Well, I'll give you one thing. Now, Jack Hughes was he had the game-winning goal for the Americans, right?
That's exciting.
The Wild have got to get him on the team with his brother Quinn, because that will guarantee Quinn staying in Minnesota. And I love everything Jack Hughes, listening to this guy talk. The patriotic stuff, but better than that was when him, Quinn, and the goaltender were being interviewed by Mike Tirico. You want to talk about 4 sheets to the wind.
Really?
One of them, I think it was Quinn, could not stand up. He was leaning on the goaltender, who's like 4 or 5 inches taller.
Is this when they're in Miami?
No,
Are they
this
in Miami
was when
right
they
now?
were still in Milan. They're in Miami
they're still in
now.
Milan.
This
Okay.
was after, like an hour or so after, or a couple of hours after they had they won. It was phenomenal. They're just Tom. It reminded me of one the Gophers came in after winning, their championships in hockey when they had been up all night partying.
Oh yes.
That's great.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very happy for them. That's wonderful. I guess now the Canadians are crying that they're
Oh,
the
what
better
a-
team and they should have won and blah blah blah.
I never realized till now how sickeningly whiny they are. And how the denial that they have, they can't accept. First of all, the coach even complaining, 3-on-3 is not hockey. Hey, you made it to the final because you beat the Czechs in 3-on-3 in overtime,
Right.
which is used during the regular season in the NHL. I like it. It puts your 3 best players on the ice.
Yep.
And let's
Yeah.
get it done.
I mean, not to mention, is a silver medal at the Olympics really like something to be ashamed of? Second best in the entire world?
Well, you're Canada. What else you got?
Well, how many years has it been since we won a gold?
46.
One?
No.
Oh, the last 80 was the last time a gold medal was won in hockey.
80. Yeah.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. So okay,
right?
Canada, maybe it's somebody else's turn. Is that okay?
No, it's not. Not with them.
It was 45 years ago.
46.
We're going to a
well,
Canadian's
yeah,
house for
46
dinner on
actually.
Saturday. I hope he's not a hockey person.
Oh no. That's
Should
all
go in
we
chanting
need.
3-on-3.
3-on-3.
We should walk in with the American flags in your face.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what you do? You get one of those little stuffed toys that apparently the Canadians hate getting as silver medalists.
Oh, that's right. What was with the stuffed
Oh, yeah. What
animal?
was the poo-poos or whatever?
It's every Olympics has like its little stuffed animal.
Oh, they do.
Oh,
And they gave them that, and they just hated it.
Why?
Well, because they're guys, I guess. Give them
Well, but I think they
No,
gave
I
it to
saw-
everyone.
Yeah, I saw footage of a bunch of women, like some women's team. They all got silver
Canadian.
medals, and they were.
Yeah.
Was it the same? Yeah, it was just
The Canadian, the
Canadians.
women didn't like that either. But see, here's the big difference: is people are, and what the U.S. women did was phenomenal, winning the gold. But they have beaten the Canadians like 8 times in a row, and they've won the Olympics over the last several Olympics. Or it's not like there was a 46-year drought.
Right.
This is not like what happened in 80. This is not like a Miracle on Ice team, but it's a great win for them and good for them. And you could tell they they were boys and kids again. And that's great that they were able to really enjoy the sport that they grew up playing.
Yep.
So
Yeah, Margaret says Canada claims hockey as their sport, hockey and basketball. I knew about basketball. I need those baskets back. Anyone have any idea what I'm talking about?
No.
No. What is it?
I'll be interested to see if anyone in the chat has any idea. I think only a Canadian would know what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Was hockey invented in Canada?
well, they
have
did. They
no
certainly
idea.
lay claim to it. Probably.
Yeah, they do, but like,
Or maybe Europe. I don't know.
I wonder what is
No
the
idea.
history of hockey? Evolved from simple stick and ball games in Britain and Ireland, and then lacrosse. I don't know. It doesn't look like Canada invented it, but
Thieves. They're thieves. Trying to
they're,
claim
they're
it.
stole
pretenders, is what they are. Pretenders to the throne.
Well, what they did is great, and I see. I put posts. The amazing thing is, and this is because it's been bugging me, especially lately, how fractured this country is. If I were to just post something innocent like "I love Spanish rice," but you got to spend a lot more because Trump's got tariffs on Spanish rice.
Yeah.
No matter what you post, it becomes a Trump thing, and I just
know.
can't
It's
stand it.
exhausting.
It is absolutely exhausting, and it's but what the men did, they're going, unless they change their mind, to the State of the Union tonight. The women, whoever the president is, whatever your political view, go there and enjoy the chance to be recognized in front of the entire nation for what you accomplished. And they don't want to. And now, but we don't know what's being pushed. Are they all saying because we hate Trump? I didn't see any of them say that. But they came back, I believe, before the men did. So they're already back home in whatever their state, like whether it's Minnesota, Michigan, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, wherever they're from, they'd have to gather them all up and get them there. Here, they're putting them on one plane and taking them.
Yeah. Paul Majors.
Yeah.
Remember Paul Majors? He was a news anchor in Minnesota for a very long time. He moved to California to be a news anchor. He's got TDS so bad
Yes, he
Oh,
does.
Yeah, I found him on Twitter somehow. He showed up on my feed, and I was like, "Is that the Paul Majors that we used to know?" And
Yeah, it's him.
I was
Nobody-
like, "Wow, he just." I mean, every tweet is about how much he hates Trump. Everyone.
Well, nobody has it worse though than that Keith Olbermann.
oh God, yeah.
If you ever read?
Oh,
anything
yeah,
about it, oh
yeah,
my
that's
God!
true.
And he was once a somebody. Now I don't even know. Is he on the air anywhere?
I have no
Where he
idea.
drive people so nuts?
I have a question
It's
for
so
you.
exhausting.
Why do those people think that anyone gives a rat's ass what they think? I just don't. Look, I have met 3 presidents in my life. It was pleasant all 3 times, but I got to be honest with you, they're not the kind of people I want to hang out with. Every president I've ever met and former president and all the rest of it, I got nothing against them. Doesn't mean I didn't like them, but it's just not my kind of thing.
All right, Trump, Bush, and who's the third?
Trump and Bush and come
First
on.
Bush. Obama, Clinton,
No,
other
never
Bush.
bought Bill Clinton. Yep.
You
All right.
met Bill Clinton.
Yes, he was backstage at an event for God. What was it? It was a concert. He happened to be in town, and he was backstage at the concert. And I can't remember. God, I can't remember what the hell it was. But I didn't talk to him for very long. Just a couple of minutes, and that was about it. But yeah, if you want to be president of the United States, you're probably not my kind of person. I got nothing against you. It doesn't mean that at all. But it just.
You got to be some ego there.
Yeah,
sure.
I guess that's what it is all about.
Well, you're one on me. Now, when I met him, neither one was president yet. I met the first Bush when he was vice president. I interviewed him.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
coming through, when I was at the AP, and then Trump, of course, when he owned the New Jersey Generals, and he was a spectacle then too. I mean,
Oh,
he's the
yes.
same guy as he
Oh,
was
yeah.
then.
He
And
really is.
I told you the story about John Barron, right? His alter ego that I interviewed.
Oh, yeah,
back
John
in the
Barron,
80s.
yes.
When he came up with this alter ego when he wanted to be the hatchet man. John Barron was his hatchet man. He didn't like Doug Flutie and the contract he got, so he had John Barron savage it. But the problem is John Barron doesn't change his voice.
No.
It's still Donald Trump. Well, John Barron resurfaced just the other day. He called into CNBC and was hammering like Chuck Schumer, but he doesn't change his voice. And I'm told that I didn't see the whole thing, but CNBC cut him off and then said who it was. How do you could hate Trump? You let him go because it's great fodder and entertainment. My God, let him just rant because then you got a great soundbite.
But I mean, I think that what I was just talking about ties exactly in with that. I have never had a president that I thought the world of, but I also never had a president that I flat out hated. Why do people get so emotional about if he's the president, I hate him? It's like, what?
Well, depends. If he's a Democrat president and you're Republican, you hate him.
I know.
If he's a Republican,
Why?
it goes. I'll tell you the one from what I've been able to read that I think I'd be on board with was Teddy. Teddy Roosevelt seems like he was one hell of a guy.
Yeah, that is true. You're right. He probably would be a pretty decent guy to hang out with. Hang out with him in South Dakota, Andy. He likes South Dakota.
You can go to his grave or whatever. I don't know.
Was that in South Dakota?
That's a good question. Where was Teddy Roosevelt buried?
I have no idea.
He spent a lot of time out there, probably
he certainly did.
Montana, Wyoming, South Dakota, somewhere around there.
Yeah, he loved it.
Is there like a presidential graveyard? I'm assuming there is.
Yeah, Arlington.
Arlington Cemetery, yep.
You know who's incredible too? Do you know the story of his son?
I don't think
Teddy
so.
Roosevelt's son, 56 years old. He led one of the invasion. Normandy was huge. He actually 56 with a cane. He got off one of those the boats that came up to the shore and they dropped the
U-boats.
door.
Yeah.
No, they're not. I don't know what they're called.
Oh.
But anyway, he got off and they were off and he goes. They were like miles off where they should have been. Well, the war begins here. And he directed all these guys. I mean, he just stood there telling them where to go, pointing his cane. I mean, this guy was like his dad. Nothing fazed him. And at 56, this was a young man's game in World War II. And he was there leading the charge.
A Higgins boat. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, listeners.
Oh, one of those landing boats?
Yeah, with the front open and they just came charging out of there.
Okay. Somebody posted Abe Lincoln would probably be the only one to talk to. You know what I think would be the problem with Abe Lincoln? He'd
You need
spend
a ladder?
the whole time bitching about Mary Todd.
Yeah,
You don't know what
that's
you.
true.
Now I got to go to some play.
Yeah, there's a very big deal about him right now being gay. I know that.
And people
Gives
keep trying
a-
to claim that.
Abe Lincoln, yeah.
Who gives a
Well, he
flying
did sleep in a bed with a
shit?
guy.
He
Who
did.
cares?
Number of
That's
years is
true.
the word, but who cares?
But again,
Yeah.
once again, I don't. Who cares is right. You be you. Good for
Hey,
you.
He freed the slaves. How about giving him a little tip of the cap for that and not care
Yeah.
about, what else he freed?
Well,
Yeah.
Teddy Roosevelt, by the way, was buried in Oyster Bay, New York.
Oyster Bay.
So I don't know what
Yeah, he
that's
was
all
Long
about.
from there,
Island?
wasn't he? Wasn't he from there?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where that was his childhood stomping ground?
I believe so.
Yeah, he was born in New York City.
Yeah. Well,
But I don't. Is Oyster Bay
East
close
Coaster.
to New York City?
I think it's Long Island, isn't it? That's what I think it is. I don't think
Probably
it's far at
true.
all.
Oyster Bay is in New York. I don't know anything about that area.
No.
All right. Why don't we take a break? Come right back and wrap it up right after this.
Michael Bryant. Michael, what's up?
Dealing with another case where a person gave a statement to the adjuster because they thought the person was really friendly.
Is that a good idea?
Well, the problem is they know the law when they call you up. And while you're trying to be fair and you're trying to get help, the reality is there are questions you get asked that the way you answer them make a big difference. And people put themselves in trouble. And when they aren't in trouble, they didn't do anything wrong, but suddenly the adjuster's got a statement that can blow up their case completely.
What has caused people to be so untrustworthy, I guess is the best way I could put it? They take advantage.
Well, insurance companies have hired adjusters whose job it is to deal with unrepresented people. So they're supposed to kind of lure them in, call them every day, see how they're doing. And people are like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. Where the reality is they've kind of adjusted to their problem that they've got going on. So it's not that they're completely better, but the way they say it gets to be a problem. And that's why having somebody who can explain your rights, represent you, make sure that you understand the law before you give a statement can make a big difference in your case.
Michael Bryant, Bradshaw and Bryant.
I'd just like to say I saw politics on TV. I just hate everyone. I'd like to say that. Why do people explain this to me again? Because I made the point yesterday and I'm going to stick with it for the rest of my life. Why would you want to use your political beliefs to harm someone else?
Are you talking about, I'm sure you're talking about many, but what Susan Rice said the other day? Did you see that?
No, I don't know.
Boy,
She said, when we get back in power, we're going to punish all the corporations who basically were kind or have dealt with Trump.
Bent
By the way,
to the knee.
more-
Bent to
more-
the knee were her words.
But more indication that there's a shadow government if she's going to be in control. She's still calling shots for the Democrats.
I don't want to vote for or be involved with any political party that is interested in punishing those that
That's
follow an
exactly right.
elected administration.
Yep.
Punish the
Unbelievable.
heretics.
Yeah,
But the-
I just don't understand how saying things like that endears her to the Democratic Party. I don't get it.
Here's to
Crazy.
her to the people that there are people that are cheering her for saying that.
It's just
Yeah.
sickening. It's sickening. It really is.
Why
No, we
can't
don't.
I have a different life? I've led a different life than you. I've seen different things than you. I have different beliefs than you. Why is that a bad thing? I don't get it.
Well, it is a bad thing because you don't think like I think, and you're
Yeah.
an idiot if you're not.
God.
That's the problem. You're a moron. You're a misogynist if you don't think like certain people. Because the one thing I will say now, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't usually hear people who are conservative from the right calling you a moron and that they go through the list of things that you are if you
Right.
don't think like they do.
Right.
And by the way, somebody pointed out, Susan Rice is on the Netflix board, and
She sure
a
is.
few days afterward, their stock tanked.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
Andy can find it or tell you, but it maybe it's bouncing back now. But there's calls for her to be taken off the board, but they won't.
No.
When did she get put on the board?
It's been a few years. I think it's been a few years because how else did Obama and his wife get that sweet deal from Netflix?
Yes, exactly.
Let's see, because Netflix stock has been tanking for a while now.
Now, the last few days, particularly.
It's all a great big
2023 is when she
incestuous-
rejoined. No, it went up after she joined for quite some time. 2025, it looks like mid last year, it went from 133. It is currently 77.
Whoa. That's
Yeah,
Well,
in
they
not
pissed
even a
people
year.
off. They pissed people off not too long ago. Didn't they have some sort of weird show that everybody was mad about or something?
They've had a lot of those.
Yeah, they seem to like to irritate their viewers.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
Catherine, are you watching? Mary wanted to watch it last night, so I watched it with her. Love Story, the
Oh, yeah.
JFK Jr. and
I haven't
Carolyn
watched
Bessette
it.
thing.
Not
They
yet.
did get some people that look like the woman looks a lot like her, and the guy a little bit like JFK Jr. But the thing that they probably nailed, apparently, Carolyn Bessette was a serious chain smoker, as was Jackie O, because they have them chain smoking in this show.
I'm always surprised. I know quite a few women that smoke. They say they're social smokers and that it kills their appetite. And they're kind of secretive about it, but they smoke a lot. You'd be surprised how many
They got a lot
women
of
smoke.
special things.
Darren says, are you talking about cuties? I remember that was a big
Oh,
controversy
I think
came
that
out with
was
that.
it. Yep. They were.
What was
Everyone was
Cuties?
Cuties
Oh.
was that it was about like it was ostensibly about like abuse of little girls in the dance industry, but they showed it by actually showing actual little girls dancing
Oh.
provocatively in skin tight suits. And it's like
Yeah.
that was not a necessary part to show the abuse going on. You did not have to do that.
Yeah.
And by the way, speaking of crazed things, did you see what the New York Times, the headline that they had? Did you talk about it already, Catherine?
No.
No, I don't even know what you're
Headline
talking about.
in the Times: pedophilia: a disorder, not a crime. Who are these people?
Oh my God.
What they're trying to do, clearly or presumably, it's an attempt to excuse and minimize all the big, deep-pocketed people and the politicians who are being accused by Epstein to be pedophiles.
It-
I wonder.
It's not bad. It's just a disorder.
It's a very interesting time for that to come out, isn't it? Right after
Yeah.
the Epstein files were released. I think
And
it's actually, it's just so awful
Well,
of them to
yeah.
do that.
And Elon Musk, he called it utterly disgusting, and he's absolutely right. I mean, to come out with something like that.
Well, we
Well,
start.
the argument doesn't make sense because, like, okay, let's say it is some disorder and they just cannot help themselves. They should still not be in society then if they can't help themselves, right? So it doesn't really matter if it's a disorder or not because the end result is the same. Lock them away.
Well, some people were saying that the article actually talks about that if people are minor attracted persons, which that's another term I hate, that they should be seeking counseling and psychiatry and all this kind of stuff, and then they maybe will not act on these desires. That's what supposedly, I didn't read the whole article, but just the headline itself was not
Yeah, terrible
great
headline.
timing. Not good timing at all.
Well, there's pressure from people that probably have a lot of power to make
Well,
it
yeah.
try to normalize it.
Yeah.
All right, that is going to do it. Any closing words?
I know today's been like,
Sorry
No,
about
we
that.
got to get this stuff out there. There's
On
no
that
question
happy
about
note.
that.
I know.
I got a fun Ethan story to end the show
Okay.
with to
All right.
uplift. So does anyone know what a scissor door is?
No.
No.
You know those Lamborghinis that have doors that go like this?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
open, they
I've
they
scissor
slide
door.
upwards. Those are
Yep.
called scissor doors.
Okay.
And I didn't know that until we read this book he had. It's a book from like the mid 2000s, and it showed like sports cars and all the different kinds of car there is. And it showed a Lamborghini with the door opening like that. And he's like, "Why are the doors opening like that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Let's look it up." And then was like, "Oh, they're called scissor doors." And he said, "Let's make your car have scissor doors." And I was like, "I don't think we can do it that easily." And he said, "No, we'll just get some scissor door spray at the store."
Scissor door spray.
I thought he was joking because when I said scissor door spray doesn't exist, he got very upset.
Oh,
He thought you could just buy scissor door spray, spray it on your car, and there you go. Your doors are scissor doors
Doors.
now.
Tell
Scissor
him Daddy
door.
will work on inventing that for you.
I will go
Yeah.
and
There you go.
scissor door spray. I'm sure it's very easy to invent. No one's just bothered yet.
Yeah, but at 5 years old, he's supposed to know, all about gender and everything else, right?
Yep.
But he thinks that there's scissor door spray.
Well,
Yep.
we
Yeah,
have
he's-
friends with scissor doors, but they have them. I mean, it's a Tesla, but because they have both husband and wife have wheelchairs, and it makes life a lot easier getting in and out of the car when you have scissor doors.
They are
Makes
cool,
sense.
but you also need a lot of clearance. Like you couldn't park in a garage with low ceilings because it would just hit
Yeah.
the ceiling, and then or like
Yeah.
underneath like the garage door, like the opener, the actual mechanism,
Yes.
would slam right into that thing if you're not careful.
How about just tight parking spaces? Does it just
Yes,
go
that's what
straight
they're
up,
looking
or does
for.
it
Yep.
go out and up?
No, it won't hit anything. It's pretty tight when it opens.
Oh, okay.
Jude is over here going, let's go,
Yeah.
let's go.
Jude's like,
He is. He's like, Yes, Jude. I didn't know you could tell
you
time.
can tell
clock.
time.
We'll close with this, ladies and gentlemen, from Jaden Sani for president.
There you go.
Oh,
No,
God,
because then
can
I'd
you
have to be in a
imagine?
party.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's interesting. Somebody did post earlier that I talk about being a centrist, and he says the only reason that I do that is because I want to cover up so some people don't know what my real feelings are.
Well, no, he
that-
said that you didn't want to alienate half of your audience because we assume 50% of the country's on the left, 50% is on the right. That's not quite how it is, but
No.
you can abstract it to be that way. So, I mean, if you refuse to condemn one side, then theoretically your audience is doubled.
Oh, no. I don't. That's not why I'm doing this. I am doing it because one side is so savage to the other side. I don't want any part of any of it. I
Well-
mean, the things that you say to people are disgusting.
I've got it. People very quickly. People do think I'm not a Republican. I mean, I do lean more to the right than the left, but I think I'm going to go
Yeah.
become a card-carrying Democrat, so they can't call me a Republican.
Exactly.
Here's my
There you
card.
go.
I'm one of you.
Yep. I just am sick to death of, oh, you don't agree with my politics, then I hate you.
Yeah.
What?
Well, we just changed our address on our driver's licenses, so we had to go up to the DMV, and they're like, "Oh, you want to change or you want to register to vote?" I said, "Yeah," and they want you to declare whether or not you're a Republican, a Democrat, or an independent. I'm like,
I know,
why?
makes no sense.
Why do you have to say what you are? I don't understand that when you register to vote.
No, I don't get it either.
Because, I mean, if I say I'm a Democrat and then I vote for a Republican, does that throw something
No,
off
the
with
only
their...
reason that, and I don't know if this is the reason, but the only reason that would make sense is if you go to a primary, so it would make the process quicker. You go in and they look and they say, okay, you're registered as a Republican already. Go ahead, vote as you can vote it. That could be that's the only reason I could think of that it would make sense.
Okay.
I guess that. So wait, you have to, if you want to go to a Republican primary, you have to be registered as a Republican, and vice versa. Is that how it works?
You have to vote. You can't go to both primaries and vote.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, I suppose that, but it is still weird. that
Democrats can vote in a Republican primary.
right, exactly. But then they can't vote in the Democrat primary if they do that. Okay.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
It's
All right,
complicated.
that is going to do it. We will talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
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 Got a picture in my pocket reminds me of this rose before. Every time I hear the singing reminds me how you talk in my door.